iPhone, iPad, iPod. The world has tech mastermind Steve Jobs to thank for those products and more. And the latest news, Mr. Jobs will be getting a lowercase I of his own.
Few corporate titans protect their privacy as much as Apple's Steve Jobs. Now the company's co-founder has actually cooperated with a biography due to come out next year. It's called iSteve, the Book of Jobs. The book is written, or is being written, by former Time magazine managing editor Walter Isaacson.
This isn't the first time someone has penned Jobs' life story, but it is the first time Jobs has cooperated with his biographer. And as CNET reports, some who wrote about Jobs without his permission have received a less than friendly response. An unauthorized biography titled Icon, Steve Jobs, the Greatest Second Act in the History of Business by Jeffrey Young, was published in 2005 by John Wiley & Sons. The publisher promised insider scoops and no-holds-barred style, but was criticized by Jobs and led to the removal of all Wiley books from Apple stores. So who's the man who finally won over Steve Jobs? Florida's WZVN reports the biographer has a history of telling the story of America's great minds.
Isaacson has been working on the long-rumored biography since 2009 and has interviewed Jobs, family members, colleagues, and Apple and competitors to Apple. Isaacson has written the best-selling biographies of Benjamin Franklin and Albert Einstein.
A blogger for the BBC says while the book will certainly tell an interesting story, perhaps the fact that Jobs is cooperating tells us something else. The question has to be what finally changed his mind as he endures a third leave of absence from Apple due to health issues in the wake of a pancreatic cancer. Perhaps he is beginning to fear his own mortality. Finally, a blogger for ZDNet expresses the biggest concern that Jobs' active participation will mean less revelations, not more. I'm sure it will be a fascinating read, although given that it is an official biography and that Jobs is well known for his reality distortion field, I wonder how accurate a picture we'll get of Jobs. iSteve, the Book of Jobs, is slated for release in early 2012. Meanwhile, both Jobs and Isaacson are keeping mum about the details, about as secretive as an Apple employee. I'm Jim Flink for Newsy.com. Multiple sources, the real story.